Will the market go up or down? Should you lock in or float? Find out this and more with Master of the Markets, hosted by Barry Habib of MBS Highway. Brought to you by Paramount Residential Mortgage Group.
In today's mortgage environment, providing our wholesale community with the best combination of product, pricing, technology, and service is paramount to their success. PRMG, built by originators for originators.
Welcome to another edition of Master of the Markets. I'm Barry Habib at MBS Highway, created exclusively for Mortgage News Network, and it's brought to you by our friends at PRMG. They're working for your best interest. Well, hope you had a great 4th of July weekend, and yeah, it was a lot of fireworks. Not just for the 4th of July, but last week with the numbers. But this week, it's calm after the exciting fireworks of news we've had. Let's kind of highlight some of those. First of all, the jobs report that came out. Very confusing numbers, saying that the unemployment rate dropped to 11.1%. We hired 4.8 million people. My question is, how'd that happen when the continuing unemployment benefits lines are still well above 19 million, 19.3 million. Really no movement, no meaningful movement there. It had been just around 19 plus million. It had been maybe a little over 20 million over the entire month of June, and yet we're seeing 4.8 million jobs created. Why? How is this happening? Perhaps one explanation is when you look at the unemployment rate, it is down to 11.1%. Some of that is misclassification. It should be around 12%. But then when you look at what's called U6, this includes people that are working part-time that would have worked full-time or that are marginally detached because they haven't looked for work in the past 4 weeks. The unemployment rate's really 18%. Now that's kind of more in line overall. See, it's explainable that you have a large segment of the population there. Why? Because you're getting extra money in unemployment benefits, which is kind of a disincentive to go back. There could be fear to look for a job because of COVID, and those going back to work may be doing so on a part-time basis just because the business isn't there. You can imagine your leisure, hospitality folks, construction, all those employees, potentially many of them going back to work but can only do it on a part-time basis. So that would explain it. And that seems like a more rational figure there. Now, meanwhile, housing continues to power forward. It's really strong when you look at what we got in pending home sales last week. Super numbers. Case-Shiller numbers showing that appreciation is in that 4% range. We see that continue. We've been telling you that the housing numbers are going to be good. But here's the thing. When you took a look at mortgage apps last week, it showed what we've been telling you. Yes, housing's great, but all the fuss and ruckus that people were making over these great numbers we've been receiving have to be tempered a little bit due to the fact that, kind of like a spring being coiled and then released with all this energy, there has been a rush. Sure, people want to get out of apartments. Sure, people want more space and they want more distance from each other. Yes, we agree. But we think that there was a lot of pent-up demand there that showed up in the numbers. And while it's still good, the mortgage application numbers showed that this is kind of like leveling off now after that huge initial surge. So still good in housing. This is a great time to purchase a home. Probably going to see very strong appreciation. Interest rates, they've been hovering in a narrow range, but with the strong job report last week, we issued in a very timely manner a position to lock, which preserved some pricing right at the peak after literally going 4 consecutive weeks floating. We did our first lock right before pricing got a little bit worse. If you're not on MBS Highway, you are missing the boat. All the tools that we have available and the correct way to position your pipeline, especially now. You've got to be an advisor. Hope you guys have a great week.
PRMG continues to provide our wholesale partners across the nation with better technology, better product, better pricing, and better service. Our nationally recognized brand is more than just an image. It is a symbol of integrity. PRMG, built by originators for originators. Be sure to click on the link below for your free 30-day MBS Highway trial.